Good morning, dear friends. How are you all? Hope you are all fine. My dear friends, whereas in the previous class of ours, when we were discussing about the Second Carnatic War, there we have come to know that Robert Clive, one of the masterstroke person, he attacked on the place called Arcot and he killed Chanda Sahib. During this moment, Duplex was not at all there in India because the Duplex was recalled or he called back by the French government to France. He settled down in the French. He was in the France itself. He was not at all there in India. So as an effect of that, by understanding the scene and the situations, the British people or the English people, they decided to attack on Chanda Sahib. On Chanda Sahib, so the place called as Arcot, which was the capital city of the Carnatic regions. So Robert Clive, he attacked on the Arcot or the capital city of a Carnatic and he killed Chanda Sahib. Now after the death of a Chanda Sahib, somebody must need to rule over the Carnatic regions. Then Robert Clive decided to make Muhammad Ali, the son of Anwaruddin. Hope you might be remembering about the Anwaruddin. So earlier ruler of Carnatic regions, one was Muhammad Ali. He escaped from the clutches of Chanda Sahib, then again Duplex and Muzaffar Jung, and he just took a shelter from the Britishers and he stayed over there. So that all the things in the previous class of ours we have very clearly discussed. Now what happened? Robert Clive has decided to make Muhammad Ali to be the ruler of Carnatic, and now entire the Carnatic it fallen in the control of Britishers. Robert Clive, indirect ruler, he has become of a Carnatic regions. At another side, we can find that the war it is continued in India, but the France and England in European country again one more time they have decided to be conduct a meeting in between of Indian France and Indian England people, those who are living in India. So then they called a meeting or the treaty, and that treaty held or the meeting it held at a place called as a Pondicherry or the Puducherry, we can call it out. So finally the second Carnatic war it ended with the treaty or the meeting or an agreement of Pondicherry, whereas the first Carnatic war treaty it has ended with the agreement called Aix-la-Chapelle. Hope you might be remembered, which has held in the European countries. The second treaty or the second agreement in between of France and Europe it held at a place called Pondicherry. Okay, so due to the conditional war or else due to the agreement or the treaty, somehow else the war it is being got completely ended in especially in the Carnatic regions, or Robert Clive remained silent itself, we can think it out. So after these things, but still the fire it was there in between of them. The French people were thinking for their existence in India, and whereas the British people already they have decided that we are going to be live in India and India is going to be ruled by us. So that they have decided, they made their mind. So still the clashes are going to be take place in between of them, but just for the naam ke vaste, now the war it is ended only for the few years. Afterwards in the 1756 56 to 1763 we can find that the great war it held in between of French and the England again in India, that we can call it as a third Carnatic war, which we can call that as a end period for the French people also, because the French lost everything in the third Carnatic war, whereas in the first Carnatic war they become a very victorious one. In the second Carnatic war we found that they lost a few important places of theirs, and were a few important innocents, especially the Carnatic region, entire the Carnatic region or the Carnatic part, it was there in the control of a Britishers. Then whereas in the third Carnatic war they lost everything, nothing was there with the French people. Then what happened in the third Carnatic war, which has held in the year of 1756 to 1763. Now after the Duplex, when the Duplex was called back, he was settled down in the France. Here in India, the the French communities or the French government's official duty it has fallen on the shoulder of a Count de Lally. So this Count de Lally, he once attempted or once he tried to attack on the place called Vandivash, which has he just attacked. It means Count de Lally, the governor of the France, he attacked on the Vandivash in the year of 1760. We can call this as the Vandivash battle also. You can call, you may remember these things. Okay, 1760, the Count de Lally, he attacked on the Vandivash, and this Vandivash, it was in the control of Britishers. And now the Robert Clive, he too was also sent back to the England, and Robert Clive was also not at all there in India. Dupleix was also not at all there in India. The juniors of the Dupleix and the juniors of Robert Clive we can find. So junior of Dupleix is Count de Lally. Then again junior of Robert Clive is Sir Eyre Coote. Sir Eyre Coote was the governor of Britishers. Count de Lally was also the governor for the French, or the commanding officers, we can consider them. Okay, so in the year of 1760, at a battle called Vandivash, Count de Lally attacked on the Britishers. But we know very well that the Britishers are in strength wise or army wise or with the help of weapons and all, if you are considering, the Britishers are far superior than the French. So then the British governor or the commanding officer was Sir Eyre Coote, and Sir Eyre Coote responded to Count de Lally in a nice manner, so that the huge army of Count de Lally, they agreed defeat in front of Sir Eyre Coote's army. Or else we can consider that Sir Eyre Coote, he defeated the French army at a battle called Vandivash. And after these things, now the remaining person means Bussy. Hope you might be remembering. Whereas in the Second Carnatic War, when I was explaining you, I told you very clearly, Bussy, he was one of the officer of the Britishers, but all the documents or the informations which he was leaking to the French people, so Britishers come to know about it, and the French, the Bussy, he escaped from the clutches of them, and he just settled down in the shelter, under the shelter of a French, I told you in the previous class of ours. So now what happened at Sir Eyre Coote, he not only defeated the Count de Lally, he has surrendered, he captured Bussy also. One was a cheater, so he captured the Bussy. Then later on, Lally, he escaped from the Count de Lally, he escaped from the battle of Vandivash, and he moved towards the Pondicherry, we can call, where he has taken a shelter in Pondicherry. He took a shelter, Count de Lally took a shelter, he remained in Pondicherry itself by hiding. So this information somehow else it come to know to the Sir Eyre Coote, and Sir Eyre Coote decided to attack on this on Count de Lally, especially at a place called Pondicherry. So Sir Eyre Coote took his huge army, he went towards there and he attacked on the Pondicherry. He defeated once again to Count de Lally. He has captured Pondicherry in his control, and even the Count de Lally, without any kind of unconditional innocence, without any weapons and all the things, he has to agree his defeat, and he has surrendered to the Sir Eyre Coote. So overall, I can consider here a few most important things, which we can understand, my dear children. This Count de Lally was the commanding officer of the French. Initially he attacked on the Vandivash, but he could not get success, because the Sir Eyre Coote was more superior, more powerful than him, so therefore he got easily defeated by the hands of the British commanding officer Sir Eyre Coote. And as vice versa, as an effect of this, we can find that the Bussy, one who was staying or one who was taking shelter in the hand of the French. Now the French, they have lost all the wars, so the Bussy was remaining alone. Then they have captured the Bussy. Sir Eyre Coote captured the Bussy and he thrown him into the jail. So later on, Count de Lally, he escaped from the place of ease and he reached towards the Pondicherry, where he was taking shelter. So Sir Eyre Coote come to know about these things. He attacked on the Pondicherry. He captured he has taken in the control to Count de Lally in the year of 1761. We can consider that. So this war made to lose all their bases in the Carnatic regions. So the French people, they lost entire the bases of theirs in the Carnatic regions. Now nothing is there in the control of theirs, not even the Hyderabad, because they lost it out, and Carnatic regions already they have lost in the second Carnatic war itself. Then again, very few places were there, that too also completely they have lost. Now entire the dynasties, or else the places which were ruled by the French in India, now almost all the places, more than 99% 99% I can say that almost all the places were there in the control of Britishers. So finally, one more time, the agreement held in between of Englishers and the French people in European country at a place called as Paris. At a place called Paris, this treaty it held in the year of 1763. Then the French people, the British people have decided to return back the Pondicherry, which Sir Ayutthaya has captured from the Count de Lally. So they have decided to return back, Britishers decided to return back one place to the French to be ruler or to maintain in India. Then again the Count de Lally, one who was surrendered, one who was been in the jail, he too also released. He too was also released, and so since then with certain conditions, they released Count de Lally. With certain conditions they had hand over the Pondicherry to the French people. The condition is that you should not continue your business in India. The Pondicherry place, what it is there, you should be stuck up within that only. You should not come across of that. Okay, in case if you are coming, then we can it won't take much time for us to crush you. We can attack at that place, and we won't permit you to be leave here. One and another one, if you are agreeing for this condition, we shall release even this Count de Lally. So finally, with the agreement of Paris in the year of 1763, the Third Carnatic War ended, and with this we can find that the French people lost their territory in India. They have become completely empty-handed in India. Now the India, it is completely fallen in the control of Britishers, and the Britishers have become a supremacy or the supreme power for the India. Okay. So in the next classes of ours, we will concentrate about the Britishers. First Carnatic War, it ended with the Treaty of Aix-la-Chapelle. Second Carnatic War, it's ended with the Treaty of Pondicherry. Then again the Third Carnatic War, it ended with the Treaty of Paris, which was held in the year of 1763. Remembering points, please remember it out. In tomorrow's class, we'll focus directly towards the Britishers, because nobody is remaining in India. Dutch people, they after watching the French and the Britishers, they lost their mind and they left the India. Portuguese people, they stuck up with a small place, that's a Goa, and they are just maintaining their business within that only. Only the French were there, those who were competitors. Now the British have defeated those French also. Now nobody is there, nobody is remained as a competitor to the Britishers. They are the supreme power, they were the supreme power. In tomorrow's class, we'll see that what are the things are going to take place. Okay, till then, please stay safe. Thank you.